The Go Radio Football Show with Burger King. Watch live at 5 p.m. weekdays on YouTube. Join the conversation on 0808 17 17 700. Talking Scottish football first.
Good evening, Paul Cooney here with Barry Ferguson and Charlie Mulgrew. Well, what a weekend. Celtic come back from 2 down to win 3-2 in the 97th minute. Araujo, that moment that he'll never forget, the Mexican wave. It was a new one in the stand there. And Rangers coming back twice from behind to beat the league leaders Hearts 4-2. And a hat-trick for Chermiti. Well, Motherwell, the run continues. They're not going to win it, but my goodness, they're going to have a say in where this title goes. 2-0 against Aberdeen. Hearts and Rangers, 11 games to go. Celtic with 12 to go. Hearts on 57 points. Rangers 54. Celtic 54. Rangers on 55, of course. Where do you want to start, guys? Charlie, will I go to you first? Because Celtic kicked off earlier. 2-0 down. It looked to be all over. And then what a difference when tonight. He made the changes at half-time. But could you see that coming? 96 minutes gone.
No, I didn't see it, Paul. I think that when it was 2-0 at half-time, the way Celtic played the first half, the intensity was nowhere near. I could never see them coming back in it. I know Martin O'Neill has got a great record and will have a good half-time team talk. You believe that, but you don't know that. I think Kilmarnock were playing really well, and they didn't look like they would be able to come back for 2-0 down, and they did, and it was typical. It's no luck or coincidence. It's a big part to play with Martin O'Neill's team talk and intensity he brings to the team. And then I knew when that news reached Ibrox, having experienced similar feelings of getting ready before a game, you're half asking, usually the kit man's watching the game or he's got the result and you're asking him what the result is. You hear it's 2 each, and then in the last kick of the ball it goes 3-2 and it's a sore one half an hour before kick-off. So I knew that would have hurt a few people in Ibrox, Rangers and Hearts players, and then Rangers go and get a great result with a real good performance after Hearts taking the lead twice. Clinical Hearts were, they only had 3 shots in target, but they scored 2. It's kind of been typical of what they've been like recently. And then Rangers kind of steamroll them second half, and Chermiti comes up with a hat-trick for absolutely nowhere. Big weekend in the title race. We say it every week, but yeah, it was good, exciting stuff.
Charlie he's been checking to see the stats, Barry, about how long the games go, because Neil McCann wasn't happy. What about Rangers then? The Thunder was back yesterday. When did you last hear an atmosphere like that?
A long time ago. I was lucky enough to be in charge at the Fenerbahce game. It was absolute electric. But yesterday, I've got to be honest with you, the atmosphere, the crowd were right behind the team from the first minute until the last. Even when they went behind, Paul, they showed real good character to come back twice. And the place was absolute bouncing, if I'm being honest with you. And Charlie just mentioned that I thought in the second half Rangers were really strong and finished the game much the better side and thoroughly deserved their 4-2 victory. Were
you worried at any point? Because they could have collapsed against Hearts, coming to Glasgow, going ahead twice.
Yeah, I thought it was 2 goals that Rangers basically gave Hearts, if I'm being honest with you. So
what was Fernandes thinking?
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you're better just getting it up the pitch, Paul. But listen, when they go a goal down, it's easy for them to feel sorry for themselves. They certainly didn't do that. They pushed straight away. They got the equaliser and then they go behind again. And then they come back strongly and get that second equaliser. And then after that went in, Rangers were much the better team and the stronger team, and as I said to you, thoroughly deserved their 3 points.
That was definitely Chermiti, because he was so criticised, wasn't he? Apart from the Celtic game in January.
He has been, and you can understand why, because you want your number 9 to be scoring on a regular basis. Look, his double against Celtic was fantastic. He's been off the boil a wee bit, but listen, he answered his critics yesterday. That was a fine hat-trick. Listen, you can never question his work rate. He's a real team player, but when you get brought in for that level of money, you're expected to find the back of the net on a more regular basis. But listen, yesterday I thought he was fantastic, and now hopefully he'll gain so much confidence with getting that hat-trick and going forward, because even looking at the game, I thought him and the Dairy struck up a good partnership. I thought he looked more comfortable with somebody beside him. They get closer to him. There was crosses coming in the box as well for both of the forwards, but look, it was a great result. The league leaders came to town and Rangers dismantled them and got the 3 points.
Who is going to win the title? Give us a call, Rangers fans. You'll be hoping it's you. Celtic fans, you look to be down and out, but you came back. Is it all down to Martin O'Neill? Special moment from Araujo and Chermiti, and he made a lot of changes at half-time and he had to. And Motherwell still in there, 2-0 against Aberdeen. 0808 17 17 700. Charlie, I think there's a sense of pride though about the way this league is going. You know, look at it, 3 points between the top three. Any of them could win it.
I don't remember a league campaign like it, and certainly not in my lifetime. The way Motherwell are playing, the best football team in the league, you could argue, and Celtic, Rangers, Hearts, obviously tight, so tight, and it could go either way. So it's really exciting, Paul. Some big games to come, and it's only getting with every passing week. I know we keep saying we might see a clearer picture, but it's you just really don't know. It could come all the way down to the last few games, and with the split comes, it's going to be some exciting times. Motherwell will have a say in it. Falkirk, Hibs, I no doubt will be trying to take points for European places. Motherwell will still have a chance of getting between Celtic, Rangers and Hearts, and I would never rule out that Motherwell sort of pushing in between that. I don't think to win the title now, Motherwell, we'd imagine we're probably need to win 10 out of 12 games left, which you couldn't imagine them doing. But then look at their recent form, 3 goals in 13 games or something they conceded. So and no, it's brilliant to watch. It's great for us to talk about, and it's exciting every week. Right,
ahead of the phone calls, let's hear from the managers. Martin O'Neill saying, what about that winner?
To a certain extent, no. You know, it's happening. It's happening too often. I don't think you can keep that going, in all honesty. But they do play to the end, and that's the lovely thing about them. They've got this spirit and determination imbued in them. So it's well done there.
What about his half-time talk? They were two down.
The message was pretty simple, really. We've got to get into the game properly. I know we created a few chances, I must admit. I mean, we missed a chance or two, but overall our play was very, very sloppy. And I didn't think we adapted to the conditions and the way that Kilmarnock were playing. Kilmarnock were very strong, and so we had to make some changes at half-time. We did do, and the boys who come on made a big, big impact.
Barry, that's quite strong, isn't it? They were sloppy, the manager's saying in the first half. They can't keep playing like this.
Yeah, listen, I just think he's been brutally honest, and I think people appreciate that. The fans certainly appreciate that. It just was, they were way off it, but you've got to give Kilmarnock credit as well. I thought Kilmarnock were really good in the game. Neil McCann and Billy Dodds set them up very well. They were very bold, they went for it. Celtic were nowhere near it, and then he makes the changes, and that makes a difference. And one thing you always get from a Martin O'Neill team, Paul, is they will keep going to the end, but he's right in saying that they can't be doing that every single week. It's going to hurt them at some stage. You look at the Livingston game, they should have been put to bed way earlier and before that. So it would certainly be a concern for Martin O'Neill.
Charlie, what are you thinking of it? Could you believe how bad it was in the first half?
Again, I agree with Barry. Kilmarnock were brilliant first half. The boy Jules went off injured. He was brilliant, really, really good, powerful runner. Look like he's got a bit about him. Clever footballer.
Hat-trick last week, as you know.
Very good player, but he obviously pulls his quad. It looks like he's had a badge in there in the second half. That'll be a big miss for them. But no, Kilmarnock, credit to Kilmarnock, they were brilliant. Neil McCann, you knew he would have them up for it. You knew he would have a good game plan to play against Celtic. And Celtic just never had the intensity, the energy. That's the only thing that worries me about Celtic, is the amount of games coming up, and can they maintain that sort of intensity and energy. Look back to the Walter Smith team that went in the Europa League. I know they got to the final and stuff. They just kind of tired in the end, mentally fatigued. So I just wonder how much that will catch up in Celtic, because right now they're looking a wee bit tired, and that's, you can't, Martin O'Neill's right, you can't continue. And although it's not luck, it's something they can't maintain, scoring last minute goals. You need to go through the season having comfortable victories, being 2-0 up at half time. That takes the wind out and the energy out of people's sails. The teams you play against, having played against Celtic and Rangers, and with Celtic, if you're 2-0 up, you've got the upper hand. The teams struggle, they start to then begin to think, oh no, let's not make this 5. The longer they stay close to you, the belief grows. So Celtic need to be more ruthless in the finishing, in the final third. They've had chances, Maeda had chances in the first half. You've got to put the chances away and take the energy away from teams. So Celtic need, as I've said this before, Celtic's last really good performance was Dundee United when Martin O'Neill first came back in. Since then, they've not got to the heights. They need to get back to that for a few games. You will win ugly in title races, of course you will, but your majority of your games have to be performances with shots on target and make it a bit easier for yourself.
Let's hear from Danny Röhl, then we're going on the lines. What about the game? Rangers coming back twice.
Yeah, my emotion was by the 4-2. Now I'm really calm again. It's about the next game. It's about Livingston now. Yeah, we need the steps by steps. But big respect to my group. I think we showed today how big is the personality, how big is the character. Let's speak not until the end of the season about the mentality of this group, because we have a lot of mentality. It's not about this. Football is about mistakes or not mistakes. We fully deserved over 90 minutes to win. We give them 2 presents today. I cannot really remember that they had more dangerous situations. We were in the game. We played even before the conceded goal with high intensity, I think as well. When you look to a week like this, and you know you have 2 big games where you need over 90, 95 minutes high intensity, then you have to take the squad like it is, because otherwise you cannot do this 72 hours again and again. And that was the reason I made decisions this week. Yeah, at the end we won. Big credit to my group. We played good football. And yeah, now it's about recover, enjoy the evening, and then we go again.
Barry's referring to the changes he made Wednesday, then again for yesterday.
Yeah, but he explained after the game that the reason why he made the changes, Romans and Nadiri had slight concerns over them. I think Nadiri pulled up the day before training. Romans is obviously carrying an injury, came with an injury, so he's just having to manage them. But I had no doubt they were going to play yesterday. And again, they certainly strengthened the Rangers team. Look, Magoma's done great for me at left back. Nadiri takes the weight off Chermiti up top, and I just thought 2 of them were really good together. So that's why you carry a squad. Sometimes you can't risk. There's that many big games coming up. Look, disappointing Wednesday night against Motherwell, no doubt, losing a goal in the last couple of minutes. But sometimes you've got to give the opposition credit, and Motherwell were really good. But that performance yesterday was a performance that you wanted and you expected, and they certainly deserved the win.
First caller tonight is Paul, who's called 0808 17 17 700, a big Rangers fan. Hi Paul, good evening.
Hi Paul, good evening guys.
All right, Paul.
2 points, Paul. One being, I was at the game yesterday, but brilliant game, brilliant atmosphere. I think the kind of media that we're putting out there now, with Rangers all being together, the full voice and everything else is going to drive us forward. That's my opinion. I was lucky enough and fortunate enough to bump into a Rangers legend that kept, see if you know who he is, with the keep believing. Do you remember who that was?
Big Starvin Marvin.
Big Marvin. I'll tell you, great guy. But I had a wee bit of a debate with him, but I thought I'm not taking it too far, because given his height and weight and everything else, it put me in my place. But we basically debated a wee bit about the game in Motherwell, and I made a comment and said that I thought Danny Röhl played the wrong team. Again, that's just my opinion. We're all entitled to our opinions, but Marvin had said it was about mentality, just purely down to mentality. He said, well, we're winning. Motherwell went down to 10 men and we lost it for there. We had no reason not to lose it from there. But I still thought it was down to... I hear what you're saying, Barry, about Romans carrying injuries and whatnot, but I just feel if we'd went out there and just got the 3 points for the integrated stage of the season, every game counts. We need points to the board. No squad rotations and stuff like that. So that was my first point. I just want to see what you think of that. Whether you think Mark Andrews is right or whether I'm right.
But listen, in terms of the changes, that the manager explained why he made the changes. Certainly if you're going to a place like Fir Park and the way that Motherwell are playing, I would want guys who were 100% are ready to play, and obviously he's seen an issue, and that's the reason why he left them out. And mentality as well, when you get to the dying minutes of the game, you have got to see it out. That's the thing that will disappoint the manager. I'm sure the players won't be happy about it. When you get to 87, 89 minutes, you're down to 10 men. Albeit you've not had a great game, Motherwell have been pretty dominant. You have to see them out.
And they're 10 men by then as well. I think that's maybe what.
But the thing about Motherwell, they never changed. They never changed, and they're not going to change. They play a certain way. But it was just that was a sore one on Wednesday night because when I was driving back after it, when you get to the dying minutes, as I mentioned earlier, you have to see that out.
Hang on.
But in saying that, the reaction and the response yesterday was what you were wanting.
Yeah, I think it's a mentality thing, and I don't agree with Danny Röhl. No playing his best players. Now I don't know the ins and outs. Barry's saying that there's some niggles in that there, so that's Danny Röhl's choice to make. But a mentality thing is, regardless of your formation or whatever happens in the dying minutes of a game, you need to head the ball out your box and defend your box. It's as simple as that. Having been a centre half myself, and obviously I've conceded last minute goals, no doubt about it, but I used to kind of enjoy that last minute defending because you knew that. Listen, it's easier to destroy. Somebody said it famously, I think it was Michael Owen, it's easier to destroy than it is to score. So to be there and just be in the way of the ball, head the ball, clear the ball, it's actually enjoyable because you know you're playing your part to get your team the points. I think probably Rangers players didn't have that mentality to just head it clear. I mean, I can just imagine big Marvin Andrews in there just heading everything that came in there.
He's lost a wee bit of pace. Not that he did have an awful lot. Paul, what's your second point? Massive win yesterday. You must be buzzing.
I feel Corona negative, right? But
so let's be positive.
It's anxiety, Paul. It's up and downs, but
it's a safe space here for you with Barry. Yeah.
Right, so the second point is Barry won't like us either. Probably me raising this, but I can only say what I see. Right?
I'm trying to be happy, Paul. Good 3 points yesterday. Come on.
I'm not Barry, but this is where I feel you get anxious as a punter. Do you know what I mean? But John Souttar. I don't know how many times I've said, and I've been going to Ibrox a long time, and I can't just be saying this in a one-off game. Surely to Christ, you guys see that he can't header a ball. He literally can't header a ball. There's a mistake in John Souttar all the time, and that's a guarantee. There is always a mistake in John Souttar. I would actually say I'd be more comfortable with Fernandes and Jigger at the back, and that's saying something with Jigger at the back, but I just feel John Souttar, even at the game yesterday, there was a mistake in him. And I'm not the only punter saying that, by the way. People around me at Ibrox saying the same thing.
Barry, what would you
say? I'm not the only guy saying that.
My personal opinion, I think John Souttar's got to play. That's me just being brutally honest. I like him. I get where Paul's coming. He has made a mistake or two, but what player doesn't make a mistake or two? He's for me, if you've got him fully fit and playing regular, John Souttar's a good player. There's no doubt in my mind about that.
Charlie?
Yeah, I think he's the most defensively sound Rangers defender. Some of the blocks he made against Motherwell were really good. I mean, he got a couple of free kicks that were never free kicks, but I think that he defended his box really well. There's no doubt about it. He needs to header that one that Braga scores. Nips in front of him. He should be jumping in front of Braga and clearing that. And that's where you're judged as a centre back and a goalkeeper. The last kind of lines of defence, and when these things do go in, it gets shone a light upon. But I would still say he senses the most danger in the Rangers in centre defence, and he's Rangers his strongest option in my opinion in that position.
What about up front, the two strikers? You mentioned it, Charlie, when you came in. You know, when we said to Barry, what about Chermiti? This is what the manager said about the two up front.
Yeah, I think this is as well. On Wednesday, Ryan couldn't go as a starter. Yeah, I think then Yusuf start. I think this is good to have, especially against this side of opponent, physical, strong in front. We played with 2 10s in behind, very flexible. That was great. I think the 2 6s made the job. Then the opponent changed, building up with a 3. We changed then also to a 4-2-3-1 to set up them. Yeah, and finally, I must say also to be happy, I think the 4-2, I spoke with Gus. It doesn't matter when you come on, but please deliver. And yeah, it is what it is. I think we need everyone. We need everyone in this group, and it was great. I hope as well that Yusuf gets a little bit more credit as well, because now in 2 times in big games he showed that he is a big player. Then he can make the difference. But again, it's all about the next. I will not celebrate too much. I will recover. My family is here, and then we go again against Livingston.
Charlie, you like the look of the two of them playing together. It's helped Chermiti.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I think Rangers have had spells here and there starting with a front two. I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they've started with a front two this season. So it's funny how that's what Motherwell have played all season. They've played like a 4 with a box in midfield with 2 strikers. So then Rangers try it, and I think it's took the pressure off Chermiti a wee bit for me. That's what I think. I think the Deary was obviously occupying other centre halves, and Chermiti seemed to thrive on that. Now, I don't think one game or 2 games is going to change my opinion on Chermiti. I think playing with another partner's helped him, but I think he still needs to do more for me to be the Rangers striker, and to score more goals. He needs to score more goals, needs to get better performances, and if maybe Nadiri beside him, and maybe Rangers have stumbled across another formation that suits them with playing with 2 10s instead of 2 wingers and getting their width for the fullbacks. Very similar to what Motherwell do, and I don't remember Rangers being as sort of scored. I don't remember the last time they scored 4 goals in a game, so maybe they found a way and
against a really tough opponent.
Yeah, I know Danny Röhl didn't like the players he inherited. I don't think he liked the squad. He couldn't believe the money that was spent on some of the players. He brought his own players in, I said it last week, and he has to now play them. Maybe that's now them playing. Scott Wilson gets an assist. Romans, I thought, looked like a real good fullback. Chukwani looks a good midfielder. So Nadiri obviously plays up front. So I think now maybe he's found his formation, and maybe he's found a fully fit, strongest 11.
Barry, what would you say on Chermiti? He can't just be for the big games, can he?
No, and listen, I liked his interview after it, and you seen there was a big relief. It's just, it was a very good hat-trick. And listen, this might be the way that he ticks with playing with somebody beside him. And there was plenty ammunition for him. He was, they were getting closer to him. I thought watching the game on Wednesday night, he was very isolated at times. But at the game yesterday, he was getting plenty support up with him. He was getting balls into the box. And I'm just happy for him, because he did look a boy under a bit of pressure. That must relieve a bit of that. But now he needs to go next week against Livingston, get a goal. Following week against Celtic, he needs to do it on a more regular basis.
Paul, thanks for your call. We're back after this.
Thanks, Paul.
The Go Radio Football Show with Burger King.
Yep, we're going to go into our brand new competition. Pick your pundit with Scottish Gas. We're giving you the chance to win up to £500. So here's how it works. I've got a question here, and we're going to do that, I think, in the next hour. Shall we? Shall we do it in the next hour? I suspect we're maybe going to. I think so. Charlie, you're up for it as well. I won't tell you what the question is, but I think you'll both do well on that.
Do you know how it works, Paul?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, we're going to do it at 6:20. So
Rob,
I do. No, listen, he battled well last week.
Listen,
he did.
Charlie got him out, dug him out.
You did bail him out. You did, the two of you, because I was watching it. We're on YouTube now, as was the politics show yesterday with Bernard Ponsonby, and so Tom and Willie, Lord Hockey, and Sir Tom with the business show yesterday morning. This is the business end of the season, isn't it? For sure. Hearts, would you relieved yesterday, Charlie, a little bit, given that you said Hearts aren't going to win it? So,
I need to die on my sword now that I've said that Hearts are nowhere near winning it. And it's not just dying on my sword. I think that when you look at their form and the goals, the shots on target they have per game, compared to certainly Celtic, I don't think you can maintain winning games when you're not having that sustained attack. Against Hibs, I thought they were lucky to get away with a win, having had 2 shots on target, and they go and then score in the last minute. But listen, fair play, they're battling away. I just think there's still near enough a third of a season to go, and I think that they'll drop off. And to see that yesterday, I was hoping my draw would have been a good result, I think. But if there was a team going to win it, I'd probably have preferred it if it had been Rangers, because I think that if Hearts gets drawn back in, it's going to be interesting to see how they deal with that.
Who's going to win it? Who do you think?
I think Celtic. I think Celtic will win it. I just worry. The only thing I worry about with Celtic is because their form, they're scoring last minute goals, but they are conceding. They are having loads of chances in games, or having enough chances to win games. I just worry about how tired they get with the fixture pile up and how much it takes out of them.
Barry, Rangers after yesterday, I mean, it was massive to get that win against Hearts. You not change your opinion then?
It was massive after Wednesday night. after the disappointment of Wednesday night, obviously losing a goal towards the end of the game, and I'm going to the game. I was at the game yesterday, but heading in, I'm thinking to myself, right, what's the reaction going to be like? And the reaction was what you would expect from a Rangers team, and also, and amongst that, I like the fact that they come back twice. Look, you don't like losing goals, but it's the reaction of losing the goal. You could see they were fired up. And as I said, in the end, Rangers ran out comfortable winners.
Here's Terry on the line, a Celtic fan. Hi Terry, good evening.
Good evening, Paul, Charlie, Barry,
Hi,
how you
Terry.
doing, boys?
How you doing, Terry?
No bad, no bad. A couple of quick points. First point, Barry, obviously you know Neil McCann quite well, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yep.
He's always been quite bitter.
No, listen, he's just obviously disappointed, Terry. You know what it's like
I
when you
know,
lose
I
a game.
get that, Barry, but he's quite happy to shout about the extra time and all that. But I didn't hear him shouting about the handball in the box either, John. I didn't hear him mention that after the game.
I know, I just think that happens after games. He's disappointed. He's went the full distance near enough with Celtic, and then to lose it in the last kick of the ball. I just think it was a sore one for him to take, Terry. That's all I look at it as.
Charlie, on that handball, it didn't go to VAR, did it? I mean, because VAR is going to be... There's not much said about it. Celtic won. Would you have been saying anything about it if Celtic had dropped points? Do you have a view?
I don't think it was a penalty.
Okay.
But what I do think is there's a lot been made of the minutes getting added at Celtic, and I seen something earlier where it says that Livingston are the longest SPFL games with an average of 98 minutes and 7 seconds. Rangers and Hearts are close with 97 minutes and 41 seconds and 97 minutes and 30 seconds. Celtic games on average are only lasting 96 minutes and 35 seconds. So Celtic are actually not having as much game time as Hearts and Rangers and Livingston. So I think it's everybody's going to have a look at it. People used to say Fergie time, all that kind of stuff.
Sir Alex, yep.
Yeah. It's no coincidence. Champions do that mentality. You need that mentality to go right to the end. And it's not like Celtic are not conceding, are not creating and then scoring in the last minute. They never played well first half, but they responded really well second half. And listen, it's whatever Martin O'Neill brings energy-wise, there's no coincidence that these last... You can't continue it, but it's still a good trait to have.
Barry, you don't get too exercised by that, do you? Nah. So you're not really that bothered. Terry, what else? What do you think? What are we going to ask?
Just as well, I didn't go to VAR yesterday. Could I have an extra couple of minutes that McCann would have moaned about? But my second point is obviously, I'm with Charlie. I don't think Hearts will win the league. I think it'll be down to the Celtic or Rangers, obviously. I'm looking at the fixtures, obviously, both teams, obviously 3 teams are gone for it.
Yeah.
Celtic have still got 7 games left. I'm looking at it now, obviously, out of the 7 games, Celtic, out of the 7 games left, with a game in hand against Aberdeen, we've got 5 away games. We've got to go to Ibrox, we've got to go to Kettlewell, we've got to go to Paradise. I think, genuinely, it will come down to how we perform in these next 7 games. If we can go into the split, still on the coattails, still there or thereabouts, obviously, in theory, Rangers have got to come back to Parkhead. I think Hearts have got to come back to Parkhead. So I think that'll come down to a big decision where the title is going to go. But just want to see what you think of that, boys.
Terry, are you light in the midfield? No Engels for 9 games. You must be... Does that worry you?
Well, I know. I think by bringing Chamberlain in, I think he'll add a wee bit extra, a wee bit experience in there. But me and my mates argue all the time. Obviously, I think if you watch the game, if you watch Engels, he doesn't do enough for me. And what he does is he always looks to go in the ball. He always tries to help McGregor. If you watch the games, he's always there or thereabouts picking the ball up. And I think we missed him yesterday with somebody in there getting that big, because I think Hatate's checked out a long time ago. I don't think his eyes on the prize anymore, if I'm honest.
Barry, you came up against Celtic not that long ago, at Celtic Park 9 or 10 months ago, and people like Maeda, I remember you saying afterwards, wow, what a player. Hatate, they're just different players this season.
Yeah, in terms of Maeda, I don't know whether it's speculation that's maybe annoyed him. He doesn't look what he was the previous seasons. And Hatate's a big surprise for me, because I really liked Hatate. I mean, I still think he's a very good player, but it just looks to me, I agree with what Terry's just mentioned there, it does look if he's checked out.
Charlie?
I think no matter how good a player you are, if mentally you're not on it every single game and you've either checked out or your eyes off the ball, then you'll get found out. And that's exactly there's no doubt about it. Hatate's a right good player, but we're not seeing anywhere near enough, because whatever's going on with him and what he wants and what he's not getting or whatever, then he's not adding to the squad. I don't think he'll play in the next match. Chamberlain, obviously glad we've got him in the building now, because and I don't know how ready he is for 90 minutes, but you've also got McCowan in there who I would play McCowan. Chamberlain when he's fit, but McCowan can also do a job, because you'd rather have players on the pitch that look like they want to be there and are going to give it all, because you'll feel that from them. And McCowan's capable in possession and on the ball as well.
Engels will be a good miss, a big miss, sorry, because Martin O'Neill picked him every single time. He was a big player for Martin O'Neill, so that's a huge loss for the engine room. I think midfield's so important at any team. And it was clear as day that Martin O'Neill fancied Engels, because he played every single game, as I said.
I think as well, when a player's injured, sometimes he becomes the best player in the world, because you just a couple of results, you think, oh, we need him back, but I don't forget Engels in terms of, I said the bid should have been accepted, and I would have accepted that bid.
How much was that again? Was that
20 with 5 add-ons? That was the rumour.
I couldn't see why Celtic wouldn't accept
said
that.
no.
I think that's brilliant money. I mean, you're doubling your money straight away.
Terry, were you surprised the club said no to it? But I mean, they were so short of players at that point.
Do you know what? I agree with Charlie. I think Engels he's hot and cold. He could be doing a lot better than me. He's got a good delivery. He's a dead ball. I think he's quite clinical. But I'm with Charlie. I'd have put the horn after even half of that money. But I think because it was so late in the window, and who you going to get to replace him? And I think with the stuff going on in the background between the fans and the board and all that, if the board were to take a big bid and then no replace him, I think it would just cause carnage at Parkhead. I don't think the board wanted that.
Terry, see, over the years on this programme, Barry Ferguson often says, no, I'd rather play than train. So, everyone else is out of Europe, it's only Celtic's in there. And I know you can hear Terry, you hear Celtic fans saying, I'm not sure about Stuttgart or whatever, but it's there, it's a reality. So they can.
It is, but it takes out you, Paul, there's no doubt about it. Every time you step on the park for Celtic, the amount of pressure and expectation that you feel takes its toll mentally. Celtic players will step on that park on Thursday night, and Celtic fans don't just say, right, well, or players themselves don't just say, all right, we can take it easy here. There needs to be 100%, and you need to give 100% to try and win the game. That takes out you. You're mentally exhausted after the game. You then don't sleep properly that night because you're high with adrenaline. Sure. And then that has a knock-on effect. And over time, this all adds up. So we've seen it in the past with games catching up. I just hope that Celtic and Martin O'Neill can rotate the squad and get the best out of that squad.
That's what I was just about to say, Charlie. I think he's got to rotate. Yeah. Has to, with the amount of games that are
Callum McGregor, it scares the life out of me for Callum McGregor to get injured. Yeah. I think if Celtic lose Callum McGregor, there's a big issue. And I know people... There's been things said about maybe his legs have gone. I don't agree with any of that. I think he's a massive player. He tidies things up in that engine room defensively and in possession.
A long way to go. That's what Martin O'Neill said yesterday.
It's a game that we've won now when we were, well and truly out of it at one stage. Well, I say well and truly out of it. You feel with this group of players that they're never really out of it. But to fight back in the manner in which we did, to get all 3 points, and in the manner in which we did very, very late on, was very pleasing. Who knows at the end of it all? I don't know. There's a long way to go yet.
The Martin O'Neill effect is incredible. Are you going to go to the game on Thursday night, Terry?
I'm there with I've taken my 2 daughters to the game, and to be honest, I think with the squad we've got now, I think Stuttgart's probably a step too far for us. As Charlie said there, with the players we've got, obviously, we're missing Engels on Thursday night. Oxley Chamberlain can't play on Wednesday night, Thursday night, sorry. So 2 do you put in there? Because with Bernardo's, I'm a big Bernardo fan. I thought he'd be brilliant for the last few seasons. But he's looked to shadow the player he was before. And I like McCann as well, but it's not a lot of game time recently, so he's got to be ready to step in the game with that pressure.
I know what you mean, but I think there needs to be... They need to prioritise certain things, and I think that you need to get people up to speed and get them game time. And I would be using that Stuttgart game because I think that the main priority is the league this year.
So is that Bernardo then? Do a
I would get Bernardo in, get McCowan
get the magic wand on him.
I would be resting McGregor.
He's a good player, Bernardo, isn't he?
Yeah, go and let him show what he's got. He's not done it. He needs to go and do it and get fit and prove that he can add to the squad.
Terry, just before the programme, Charlie was talking about who would be there after Martin O'Neill. Tell Terry who you think should be the next Celtic manager.
Well, listen, if Martin O'Neill wins it, I think he should get a chance to take on next year.
Yep.
That's my opinion. He deserves that. The least he deserves. I don't know if he wants to, but I would 100% go for Bert Askew, the Motherwell manager. I think that what he's doing with Motherwell is nothing short of remarkable, and what he could do for Celtic in Europe, I think would be really interesting to see.
Barry, how would you feel if he was in the opposite dugout for next season? If Martin O'Neill doesn't want to stay on next year, Bertil Askew?
All I can say is I'm so impressed by the way he manages, the way he coaches his team. I've said it, they're the best team I've seen this season, by a country mile to watch. And it's not just with the ball, without the ball as well. So impressive.
And when they went a goal down to Rangers, you noticed something?
Well, they were down to 10 men. They don't change the way they play. They're very calm about it. Sometimes
Did you hear what he said, what he done?
You go into a bit of panic sometimes, but they just kept calm. They kept doing what they're very good at, and they kept plugging away, and they got that.
I've never heard anything like it. What he said he done with did you hear his interview after? He said he wanted the goalkeeper to be more aggressive. So in possession, he wanted him to become a centre back. He said he usually is half a centre back, and I know what he means. He pushes him up there. He plays a kind of third centre back really high, but he asked him to be even more aggressive and step right up. And he done that, and that allows you to have the overload. And then he asked him to come for crosses and basically defend the box like a centre back. Unbelievable the way. I've never heard anything like it. I think he's a real forward-thinking manager. And in the past, people have moaned about nobody able to play football because they don't have the budgets of Celtic and Rangers. He's put all that to bed because he's not got the budget. He's done it.
Pick up what you're saying there, Charlie, as well. I was a bit sceptical, man, but when you look at the guy, he's both quite like you said. Some of the football, one of the best games of football I've seen, like for a team coming to play Celtic.
Yeah.
I was going there, see the game we could beat after Motherwell at Ford Park. I was just in between Christmas and New Year. I thought they looked a step above us that night.
Yeah.
And the way he plays his football, the high press and the nice attacking, fast forward football. That's what Celtic teams are renowned for. So I think.
And what I've not seen recently is what he does, and you're bang on, Terry, is he goes with two strikers as well. So he goes with two strikers, but he manages to still cover the wide areas and cover four people in a central area, allow yourself to dominate midfield. It's really impressive.
See, if you're just looking at a league table, they've got a game in hand, similar to Celtic. They won that. They're on 50 points. I wouldn't write them off just now. Seriously.
The only thing about Motherwell,
I wouldn't want to come up against Motherwell.
No, they're going to have something to say about this title in terms of taking points.
If they hadn't dropped, what do you think about that, Bertil Askew, for next season if Martin O'Neill's not there? Although, how Celtic can ever let Martin O'Neill go? They have to have something meaningful for him because he's the leader. He's held your club together with the shambles that's been going on, higher up in the club.
No, I definitely agree. I definitely think you need to ask the question. We definitely need to ask the question. As I say, but this is the mentality of the Celtic board and why we're all up in arms and everybody's all scared of fighting now. I think there's I don't know what it is. There's loads of good players. You mentioned before, Barry, with the boy Mulligan and the boy Shankland. I think it's like the Scottish for big teams neglect the Scottish talent.
Yep. For sure.
It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if Martin O'Neill did decide that we were singing it up when he was away, the Celtic would go like another Nancy appointment and think outside the box rather than going for a guy that's proved he can do it.
Oh, wow. On that bombshell, we need a break. We'll be back after this.
The Go Radio Football Show with Burger King.
Quite some weekend, wasn't it? Kicked off on Saturday, seems a while ago, Valentine's Day. Dundee 2-2 with Livy. Falkirk losing at home to Dundee United. Hibs 2, St Mirren 0. And Barry, that's a surprise almost, isn't it? The Falkirk lose at home. They were ahead, but United fought back and got the win.
Yeah, fair play to Dundee United. It's a tough place to go, Falkirk, no doubt about it. So I would imagine Jim Goodwin's absolutely delighted to get 3 points. I've been watching some of his interviews after some of the previous games, and he's not been happy at all with the defending. So that was the 3 points I think Dundee United really needed.
Your old club really needed it, and they got
it.
Yep.
They had won in 4 league games, so Jim Goodwin would have felt felt the pressure there, and the fans are demanding. So to go there and get that result and a late goal was, it's a big result.
Hibs 2-0 against St Mirren. You're beginning to worry for Saints,
St.
just
Mirren,
given the run they were on early in the season, winning the League Cup.
After that League Cup, I mean, even for the weeks after, you thought they would maybe pick up points. Now you're looking, thinking, it just feels like a team that are in free fall. They just don't look like they're going to pick up a result, and Kilmarnock do look like they can win games and pick up results. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But yes, St Mirren are struggling. A good result for Hibs.
Yeah, and listen to the manager. That's not the St Mirren team that he knows. They've not been the same since obviously the brilliant cup victory. And they've been dragged right into it now. Kilmarnock are on their coattails, so they'll need to go back to what we come to know about St Mirren. I mean, they're not just a physical team. I really like St Mirren. I think they're a good team. I think they've got a real good manager, but they need to start to get back to winning ways as quickly as possible, or Kilmarnock will overtake them.
They sure do. We'll talk about this weekend's fixtures soon, but what a weekend it was. Barry, how are you feeling yesterday? Was there celebrations going on at Ibrox?
Do you know what? Yeah. It was 2 each, and I was like, I'm going to nip to the toilet and come back with obviously Kilmarnock and Celtic.
Yeah.
And I come back in, and I did say before I left, I was like, I bet you Celtic scored here.
Did you? Yeah.
What happened? Yeah. Celtic scored.
Araujo, I tell you, enjoyed it, didn't he? He was right in the crowd,
That obviously has got to give you a lift and motivate you. That's what I was thinking about the Rangers team, and certainly went out there and gave a very good performance and a very good result against the league leaders.
Vinchara done well for the goal. He takes a touch on the outside, his right foot, and he puts it across the goal, and that's a good finish. It's listen, it's nuts because Kilmarnock having so much control, being 2-0 up, Celtic, playing so poorly and then coming back like that's some result. It reminds me of when we were 3-0 down at Kilmarnock, 15 points behind under Neil Lennon. Yeah. And
Neil was under pressure, wasn't he?
I think he would have lost his job that day, and Rangers were playing Dundee United that afternoon. We came back and drew 3 each, and then Rangers drew it. Dundee United at home, and then we went on to win the league, but we went 2 points clear by beating Rangers at Ibrox 2 days after Christmas. So things like that can turn your season. I think we went 17 games unbeaten or something along those lines, and end up winning the league. So it reminded me very much of that.
Look at the league table. Hearts on 57, Rangers 55, Celtic on 54. So if Celtic win, they go on 57. But there's so much to come, Barry. It's phenomenal.
It's interesting to see Dale McInnes, his interviews as well against after Hibs. He said it. I think he said it yesterday as well. If Rangers or Celtic don't win, it's a disaster. Now I understand the mind games. He's trying to put the pressure on Celtic and Rangers, but I would come back and say, what if Hearts don't win it? If Hearts finished third this year, having went out with the cups, both cups early, is it a poor season? Is it an average season? Or is it still a good season? I don't know.
Top of the league for so long, but see the next 6 games for Rangers and Hearts, and obviously Celtic have got 7 up to the split, and then when the split comes, it'll be interesting to see where the teams lie in the league. Because from a Rangers' point of view, they're going to have 3 away games. Yeah. And 2 of them
3 and 2. Yep.
are Hearts and Celtic. So it'll be interesting to see.
You've got a theory. Last game of the season, what do you think it's going to be?
I think it could be Hibs away.
Right, same as last season. Yeah. And for
Just
Celtic,
don't win a helicopter Sunday with Hibs away.
Yeah, of course, that's right.
That's why I went to Easter Road.
Charlie's good in the history books. That was the 2005, wasn't it?
That's right. I
it was indeed.
Morris Ross talking about that.
So that would be Celtic Hearts then at the end as well. What a finish. That would be a super Sunday.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of football up to the split, and there's some tough games in amongst that for both, well, for the 3 of them, Celtic, Rangers and Hearts, and then the split comes.
I've got a theory. If somebody gets their nose in front at the split, I think they'll see the finishing line.
Do you? Yeah.
With 5 games to go and they'll get there.
Why? What's going to be different? Because the pressure could get to them, or what makes you think if they get their nose in front? So
I just think that they'll grind it out. I'm thinking more of Celtic here.
Okay.
I'm thinking the way they ground the last 3 results out in last minute goals. I think if Celtic can get their nose in front before the split, they'll just grind it out somehow.
Is that the fact that they're used to going over the course and winning it?
Yeah, I'm just talking.
But they've never been in this position, Celtic. If you look at it, Rangers manager in players, vast majority of players. You look at Derek, the Hearts players, and you look at Celtic players have never been in this situation, the three of them. So it's new to them. So
I think there's big people I think there's big people in the building at Celtic that have been though. Callum McGregor, you've got Sean Maloney, you've got Martin O'Neill, you've got Stephen McManus. There's players that have been in there.
Kieran Tierney.
Yep. You've got players. Schmeichel's won the Leicester Premiership with Leicester.
Sure.
I look at Rangers and I look at Hearts and I don't see that. Is there anybody at Hearts staff or players apart from Craig Gordon that's won anything?
Oh, that's a good question.
Sure.
No.
And Barry, I guess at Rangers, the manager will be saying, you got to tune out the players who were there. He's got the Scott Olsons.
And Wednesday night, do I think they've got the bottle, Rangers?
Yes.
And I do think they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think they have got the bottle. That was proved yesterday. That was pressure yesterday.
Yep.
I know they're at home, but they had to react in the right manner, and that's what they've done.
They might never get a better chance, maybe. With Chermiti and playing well now.
Well,
but
the
also,
4 players, Paul, I look at the January window and I thought it was good business by Rangers. They spent money.
Yep.
Andrew Kavanagh back to manager. The 4 players that they signed started yesterday, and that's what I said. The players that Rangers are bringing in were starters. They weren't squad players. And they certainly make the team stronger.
Scott Olsen did well, the assist, didn't he? Yeah, you like him?
Yeah, but I still want to see a bit more from him. If I'm being honest with you, I'm being greedy. But you can see there's a good bit of quality there. Chukwane in the middle of the pitch, I really like him. Breaks up play, can get about the pitch, can handle the ball. Romans, I think, at left back, yeah, he's a gazelle. He's very good. And Nadiri's just something totally different. Big, strong, hard worker. So the 4 players that Rangers have signed have certainly improved the squad and the team.
And I think Olsen, with him, I've sort of critical of him his first 2 games, but when he starts getting assists, that's what you're asking. Let's see your numbers. Let's see you going to affect a game. And if he starts doing that, then he'll be a success.
I mean, I look at Olsen and in terms of, if you look previous to that, Chermiti came in and it took him a while to get up and running, because it's a difficult place to play in Scotland. People think it's just a canter. It's not. Plus, you're coming up against good teams, good players, but also these guys would never have sampled this pressure and the demands that are put on you as well.
Yeah.
Derek McInnes spoke after the game.
There's so much on the title fight and in other areas of the league as well. There's sort of a lot on it. So, I think for us, there's no shame in us losing today. We're up against a team who have spent 40-50 million. You'd expect them to be top of the league and expect them to be able to beat Hearts, but they had to work hard for it today.
More from Derek and from you. 0808 17 17 700. We're back after the news.
The Go Radio Football Show with Burger King. Watch live at 5 p.m. weekdays on YouTube. Join the conversation on 0808 17 17 700. Talking Scottish football first.
Yep, thanks, Siobhan. That's the number, 0808 17 17 700. Glasgow pretty much happy after the weekend. Rangers winning against the league leaders Hearts, where they've been for, as long as I can remember. And the defending champion Celtic, who looked to be down and out, 2-0 down at half-time. And they won 3-2. The third goal coming from Araujo. He enjoyed that moment, Charlie, didn't he? The Mexican.
Oh, there's nothing better than that, a last minute
Did you
goal.
ever do that?
Did I ever score a last minute goal?
Or go and celebrate?
I did celebrate like that. I did celebrate like that way with some sort of last minute sort of euphoria or whatever. But no, I don't remember the exact moment and the exact thing, but I do remember that feeling, and there's nothing better, Paul. You just get carried away and you jump in there, and obviously he's seen after the game, he doesn't score a lot of goals, but it was a good finish.
First goal. Barry, for you, do you enjoy?
No.
No, not that. Other moments in your career. We've seen loads of pictures of you winning a late win.
I don't think I
so
scored
much. Yeah.
Towards the end of the game, like a last minute or last second. But listen, I'm a big believer in, if you score a goal, you've got to celebrate.
Yeah, of course.
Got to celebrate.
I know. And he get booked. You knew it was going to happen, but at least they didn't make any more of it. And some people are saying, the crowd safety. Look, it's entertainment business. We squeezed so much good out of the game, and it was among the Celtic fans there, so it was absolutely fine. Barry, what did you make of Danny Röhl running down the touchline? A bit of the Jose Mourinho. It was good to see. He had a fair bit of sprint.
Yeah, because I think going back to Wednesday night, and people were questioning in terms of his lineup, and you don't become a poor manager overnight. It was just, at the end of the day, you've got to be realistic. And you went to a tough place, Paul, against a very good team. Yep, you're disappointed that you don't hold on to it. So I just think it was a big result for Rangers that yesterday.
This time last year, Barry, you didn't turn up on the Monday night. We didn't see you again until July, August. Can you believe that's a year, isn't it?
Is that a year ago now?
It must be, because remember, the Queen's Park game was last week, and then it was the St Mirren game at the weekend. You were there at the game. You left the ground, you went away. Can I say this? Yeah. And then you had how many missed calls? 20 calls or something missed because you left sharp.
I left early because poor performance, poor result, and it was a bit toxic. So I just thought to myself, right, I'm better getting off here. And an hour or two later, I got offered the job.
So what, the food had arrived, wasn't it? The Chinese food had arrived.
I ate that first right enough.
He loves it from the one in Larkhall.
And then you get a message, did you get a phone call?
But I finished my Chinese first.
Yeah.
It's important to finish your dinner first, isn't it?
Get the call, Patrick Stuart. Yeah.
A year ago. It's crazy.
Hard to believe, isn't it? Yeah. And then
time flies. Time flies.
Sure.
But listen, it was an incredible 3 months. Something that I never thought would ever happen. And enjoyed every single second. I did. Even through a couple of poor results, poor performances, it just made me even hungrier and more determined. And I lived the dream. Let's be honest.
What was the best bit about it?
The pressure.
Did you like that?
I loved it. Taking me back to my playing days, and you knew you were under pressure to pick the right team, and there was some obviously big games. For instance, Fenerbahce going over there against Mourinho's team, who were the favourites for the tournament, or one of the favourites.
Yeah.
And then having no won for 5 years at Celtic Park. It was good.
How did you pick the team? Did you all sit together the day before, or?
We would discuss it because I like people having their input. I mean, why have coaches if you don't give them space to give their opinions? But listen, at the end of the day, it was me that decided what team I was going to go and what were the tactics. But I always liked, there was loads of debate. I like debate. I don't like people who are, if you pick a team and they say, aye, Gaffer, right, great. I like them questioning why.
Challenged.
Yep, why are you picking this player over that player? So I was always I was challenged every single day, which was one of the reasons why I brought that team in. And I think that's the best way to work. Listen, people like to work differently, but I like getting challenged, and certainly it was a challenge because Rangers were going through a tough period, and there was some tough moments in it. But again, I'm the type of character, it made me even more determined. And every day I was buzzing getting into work. I loved it. I loved getting up early, getting in before everybody else, and just getting organised for the day ahead, and obviously the games that were coming up, because there was some big games. And then obviously they had the one at Ibrox for a long time as well. So that was, getting that monkey off your back was a big one.
That was weighing on you as well, wasn't it?
It was. And then we had a double header with Aberdeen and Dundee United, and thankfully we beat both of them.
I heard them saying in commentary yesterday about the Killie being 2 down and then Celtic coming back, and they said that's what happened last year. Rangers, Barry was there 20 minutes in and you were 2 down.
I was actually standing at a touchline thinking, what is going on here? And it was just one of the moments you have to make a decision, and I could have took MD off in that game, anybody, and they couldn't have complained. So I made the decision. Thankfully it worked for you. Sometimes it doesn't work for you. We got a goal back for Chermiti, and then I'll be honest with you, I had a go at them at half time.
Not surprised.
And the reaction was what you want, and we ran out comfortable winners in the end. But that was coming up against Derek's Kilmarnock team, who were Derek's a good manager. He knows how to organise teams. They weren't just a physical team, they had some real dangerous players as well.
What did you say at half time?
I couldn't repeat live on air.
Give us the sanitised version.
Is there a cut?
We need to do better.
Yeah. Charles.
Is there anybody you came for in particular?
No, it was just as a group. I didn't pinpoint one certain player, because to be honest with you, I could have pinpointed any of the players that were on the pitch at that time. But listen, when we made the change, we definitely got a reaction, and then going out in the second half, who are really comfortable. You have to do things as you see. You make changes to the system as well. And the personnel actually moved James Tavernier for right back into centre back, and he was immense. Real led the team, and thankfully we got the 4-2 victory.
I remember Billy's on, big Rangers fan, saying Barry, he wishes that Andrew Kavanagh had been in at that point, because you were unlucky in a way in that he was sort of kicking the tyres. They were looking at it. You knew they were coming in probably, but it hadn't been signed, sealed, delivered, and you were caught in between, because he thinks if Andrew Kavanagh had been in, you'd have been given the resources over the summer and the chance to move on. You wouldn't have had the year of the bluffers.
Yeah, look, I can look at it back in a couple of ways, Paul, and listen, disappointed, but listen, you move on. Yeah. You have to move on. At the end of the day, Rangers are my club, and I want Rangers to be successful. And they thought they went down a different route that didn't work, and now they went down another route that's clearly working just now. So, yeah, but I don't look, I don't hold any grudges. I'm just thankful for the time that I got, and as I said to you, I gave it everything I had. That's one thing that nobody can label against me. And as I said to you, to play, to captain, then to manage, that's something that as a young boy I would never have dreamt that would have ever happened.
Charlie, for you, I know it's not what you want to do, but Barry didn't want to manage, I don't think, just over a year ago, but Rangers came up, he couldn't say no. If this part of you think, I'd love to be, you captained Celtic, you played Celtic, you did so well, but if you got the chance to be the manager, you couldn't say no, could you?
It'd be a real, if somebody came in and thought that you could trusted you with that opportunity, then I mean, to go in at that level is a completely different thing. You're going straight into that level, but nah, Paul, that's really unrealistic. That's Barry. But Barry was a captain for the Rangers for years and a real legend at the club and would have a role at the club at the time. You ambassador at the time there. That Barry, that's a realistic thing that could happen. For me, it's not realistically going to happen. It's not something that I would even consider to happen. But listen, if there was I think the money for a start is something you probably I couldn't refuse.
I knew he was going to say that.
That's in my mind, I had to say it. But nah, that's something that's not realistic, but something that...
His car, did you see it?
Was that?
The cars that he had as well and all that. Nah.
Brilliant. No for me, Paul.
No. I know what you mean, and you're giving...
It's just to have that privilege. See, when I was standing at and I'll be honest with you, there was some times I was standing in the touchline thinking, is this really happening?
Yeah.
Give yourself a shake. It was surreal, but listen, it was... honestly, I loved the pressure and knowing that you're under severe pressure to win games, and the fans are going to have a pop at you if you don't win a game, you don't pick the right team. But listen, that's just the way it is if you manage a big club.
And look at the battle this year. So you've got Danny Röhl in the dugout where you were, 36. Martin O'Neill, 73 in the Celtic dugout, but he's done it all. He's working miracles again. Danny Röhl, what a run they're on. And Derek McInnes, who we all know, he's done brilliantly at Aberdeen, did brilliantly at Kilmarnock. This is his chance as well. He must be sitting. You asked earlier on, if they don't win the title, really, is it still a good season?
Well, I'm just wondering. Hibs finished third last year. They finished on 57 points, so Hearts have already equalled that points tally. But I just wonder, how does it look on Hearts if they don't? Just say for talking's sake, Hearts finish third with 70 points. They've basically 13 more points than Hibs last year, and they finished third with no cup runs. I just wonder how that would be perceived. Listen, it's worth asking the question, isn't it? I don't know. I think I know Dale McInnes said that if Rangers and Celtic don't win, it's a disaster. But there's an expectation at Hearts now. I know how every single one of the players will be feeling. They'll be feeling like they want to win that league, and if they don't, they'll be sitting in a lounger somewhere on holiday. And if you don't win it, second place is nothing. Or third place is definitely nothing. Maybe a bit harsh in terms of if they split Celtic and Rangers, it'll be the first time that's done for ages.
Yeah.
Still no winning, and if they finish third, it's just what every other team do outside Celtic and Rangers. So I'm just interested to hear the view on what that would look like.
It's all about opinion. I don't think Hearts are going away anywhere.
They're not going to fold.
No, I honestly don't. I think it's going to go down to the three of them into the final game, final 2 games. And the positive for Derek as well, he's 2 of his best players still to come back.
Yeah.
Cammy Devlin, I think, is back next week. I think Shankland's week after.
Yeah.
And they certainly strengthen the Hearts team.
And by the way, they've still stayed in there with the injuries, which is
That's
credit to them for that.
Sure. Because a massive loss.
Massive
What about
losses.
Celtic, Charlie?
I just wonder if a Braga would have been a bigger loss than Shankland, because he's, for me, the work rate he puts in, the way he defends for the front is really impressive, and somebody that, having played defence, to see that in front of you, the first line of defence.
He'd be a pest to play against. Braga. He's non-stop. He's like a Duracell battery, and he's similar to Kyogo. He was non-stop.
Yeah.
Braga works ever so hard. What a find he's been.
And he scores. He seems to score any half chance he gets. Anything that falls to him, I don't see him missing many chances at all. Even yesterday, that header is a great header for somebody his height to get that back across into the corner. Even his chance against Celtic drops him, he puts it away. It does. I don't ever think he's going to miss a chance.
Let's hear from the 3 managers then. So Derek McInnes, he said, look, my players gave everything.
I've told the lads not to be too down. We should be disappointed. The fact that we're so disappointed coming to Ibrox. But we fought hard, we worked hard, and we put a lot into the game. But we still feel there's 11 games to go. We've got some good fixtures coming up, and it's important we just dust ourselves down and get ready for them.
Yeah, they're top of the table. Here's Danny Röhl about the character of his team.
Speak also about the group. I think when you conceded an early goal, comes a little bit from nothing. Yeah, we invite them, we make a mistake, and then the reaction was straight. Okay, we want to come back. We stick what we want to do. Then again, the second conceded goal was a typical Hearts game. Hearts goal, long ball, second ball, in behind, cross ball. In this moment we didn't defend well, but again the reaction was great. And then the second half, I think we did a fantastic goal, also different goals. We showed a good character, and I liked to see this. And I saw also not just character, also on the tactical side, on the football side, was one of the best games since I'm here.
Certainly was some game, and the thunder was back. You were saying, Barry, you could hear it watching it on the telly. For Martin O'Neill, he was back up the road by then. With Celtic winning the Late Show.
Well, there's some spirit in the team. There's no question about that. It's and it's not just a fluke. I think that we're 2-0 down at half time. We're kind of out of the game. We haven't played well at all, and but the second half is just fantastic.
It is incredible what Martin O'Neill has done.
As,
but can he continue to do it, or other players?
He said it's not a fluke, and I know he's giving it to the credit to the players, but a big part has to come from him. The energy and the spirit that he gives off to the players, whatever he says to them, whatever sort of feeling he gives to them, and they feel it. And it's not a coincidence, Paul. It's 3 games in a row. It's been last minute goals. I think there'll be a couple more before the end of the season, but you're right. I don't think, and he said it as well, you can't rely on last minute goals, because eventually a team will hold out. So you've got to start making it a bit more comfortable, and understanding that you're happy to get away with a win, but we need to pick up our performances from the start of the game and take our chances and be more ruthless.
I would think it must be a concern to him. It's got to be a concern. He'll be privately not happy about it and worried a wee bit, because how poor they were. Look, Kilmarnock were very good, no doubt about it, but you can't continue to leave it at the last kick of the ball. It's going to come back and bite you at some stage.
And who's going to be back fit? No sign. We know Jota's probably, well, not for this season, is it really?
What about Alistair Johnson? I was just about to say that.
He can't be far away, because it was a recurrence of a hamstring, wasn't it? So, like, I know that takes a wee bit longer, but he must be due back in March time, you'd imagine. He would be a big player to get back. But right now, Araujo's done well. So. Sure.
And Cameron Carter-Vickers as well. There's no word, is there?
No, I think he's going to struggle into he's at least April or May, I'd imagine. I don't know, but I think he was a bad game on Achilles tendon.
Harry's on asking, Chavancharai did well yesterday. Just you mentioned it earlier on. Do you like him so far? Big Thomas, they're calling him, or Big Tam.
Big Tam.
I think he's all right. Yeah, he looks like he's got something about him. 6'3", powerful runner, handful in the air. wee bit raw at times, and he can take the ball in a bit better, but he took it in well yesterday, and Martin was sort of getting his changes right when somebody starts and then to bring somebody on and the timing of it. James Forrest comes on and gets a bit more of the hold of the ball and a bit less erratic than Yang. I think James Forrest's got a part to play still, and obviously Tightest comes on and steps up.
Barry Tightest, the kind of player you wouldn't want to come up against?
Yeah, well, he got them on their way, didn't he? Celtic, I don't think you can do anything about that coming inside. It's a great finish. He's got that in his locker, to be fair. I just don't think he does it enough, probably, if you ask Celtic fans. And then the second goal with Nygren, I think if you're Kilmarnock, no McCann will be disappointed to lose that goal, because it's bobbling about. Just get your foot through it and get it up the pitch. But in terms of Tightest, that's what he brings. He shows that in flashes. He's certainly got the ability. And the goalkeeper's no chance. It's a great finish.
What about Schmeichel? We need to talk about Schmeichel. Is it a problem with his left shoulder? Remember he got the injury last year with Denmark.
I don't know if that's why he's not going with his left hand. I think the problem starts when he tries to come for the ball. Mm-hmm. He takes a step towards the ball, and then the flick over the top of him doesn't get back. But it was poor goalkeeping, and I'm sure he'll know that. You need to move your feet quicker, or you need to make better decision making instead of trying to come. And then what hand you go with, I don't know. I've seen keeper make some great saves with their opposite hand, so I don't know enough about goalkeeping to think what hand he should have went with, but I think there's no doubt about it, he should have done a lot better with it.
Barry, what did you think?
I think he's got to do better.
Yeah. How was Jack Butland? Was there one of the goals that he could have got to?
Yeah, but listen, Jack said, look, he has made an odd mistake, but he's been really good this season. He's made some big saves for Rangers. I was actually talking to one of the best that's been, Alan McGregor, yesterday.
Yeah. How is he?
Yeah, he's good. He was doing the commentary.
Was he?
For Rangers TV. It was good to see him.
Where's the goalie?
No, he was a proper goalkeeper.
Oh, indeed.
No, he was
phenomenal.
Yeah, he was outstanding. Yeah. A big character as well. Hate it getting beat. Loved that.
Yeah. And he was good with you as part
of your team,
wasn't
I'm telling you, he was obviously hadn't coached before. Yeah. I brought him in, and I've got to be honest with you, he was immaculate. Brilliant organisation, and I think he was great for the goalkeepers. You wouldn't need to ask Jack Butland and Kells and the younger goalkeepers, but to get coached off somebody at that level, they'd have learnt a lot off him.
Do you want to win £500? Not you, but one of our callers could win that.
Oh, yes, we'll win that.
Right, yeah. You ready? I'll tell you what the questions are during the break. Coming up next.
Win on go with Scottish Gas. With Scottish Gas Peak Save, get half-price electricity every Sunday from 11 a.m. till 4 p.m. Smart meter required. Eligibility and terms apply.
Yep, so pick your pundit, our new competition with Scottish Gas. You could win £500. On the line trying to win tonight from East Kilbride, it's a Rangers fan, Donald. Hi, Donald.
Good evening, Paul. Good evening.
Hi, Donald.
That's Charlie saying hello.
Well, what I'm going to say is, Paul, first of all,
yes,
thanks for a superb show. Very entertaining. And you've got the best double act there since Sportsman-wise. As I call them, the VGs, Barry and Gary.
I like it. Love it. Barry, what an intro there from Donald. Give him the money now.
I'm worried now.
Yeah.
I'm actually worried, but I think we'll get him the £500.
Yeah. Can I tell Donald, you're feeling a wee bit slightly jaded after yesterday. You had a busy day.
It was a long day, but the atmosphere was brilliant yesterday. I enjoyed it.
You got your new lounge there. There's the Barry Ferguson suite at Ibrox.
Yes.
Yeah, great. Charlie and I can't wait to be invited.
Oh, am I allowed in?
You'll be waiting a long time for an invite, used to. That's for sure.
Steady, Donald. No need for that. Donald in East Kilbride, so you're a big Rangers fan. That was some day yesterday, wasn't it? Celtic scoring late.
Superb.
Rangers back
Absolutely
twice.
super. What we needed, and it was a great advert for Rangers and football in general, because the entertainment, people down south now are talking about the Hearts, the Rangers and the Celtic.
You're right, Donald. It's true. Because too often they look down their noses at Scottish football. But a lot of it's boring, I find. A lot of my friends now don't enjoy watching the English game. Look, there's some great games, but often the hype is better than the actual 90 minutes that you watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And great credit for Hearts for staying the length so long since September, and also credit to Motherwell. It's making it more enjoyable, and it's making Rangers and Celtic take a deep breath to themselves. Oh, wait a minute, I need to do something.
Absolutely. So let's do the quiz, and then we'll ask you a wee bit about your life. What do you do, Donald, work-wise?
Well, I'm retired, unfortunately. I've been a season ticket holder for 40 years.
Right.
Worked in banking for 30, but I got an amputation a couple of years ago, which prevents me going to the game. As I call my nickname's Winston, because I got all my toes and my left foot amputated, so I'm learning to walk again. So restricted in my access, but not in my positivity.
Oh, Donald, you sound great, doesn't he, Barry? He does.
Listen,
Absolutely.
Love positive people.
Thank you, Donald.
Can't get enough of them.
Too many moaning people around. Everyone, the weather. I mean, get up and get on with it. Enjoy every day.
Exactly. Take every day as your last day. Tomorrow's a mystery. Yesterday's history.
Nice.
You know that one, eh?
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to mark that down,
Thank
Donald.
you.
I like that.
So, Donald, here's how the quiz works, because this time last week I was where you were listening and watching the programme. So, I think you know how it works. The question is for you decide who you want, either Barry or Charlie. Tonight's pick your pundit question is. So I'll tell you what the question is in case, because let's say it was name every Celtic player, since you'd probably say Charlie. If I said every Rangers, you'd say Barry. So tonight's question is, how many teams can the pundits name that have won the Championship, the second tier, since the season 2000-2001? Okay? How many teams can you name? So name the teams you think that have won the title, the Championship, from 2000 to 2001. From then
Did
up
you say
until...
that's the Bundesliga?
That's the what? The Champions League.
What league was that?
The Championship. So, yeah, it's the second tier. Yeah, so at the weekend...
Donald thought you meant the Bundesliga in Germany, the Championship in Scotland.
Oh, yeah, no, Scottish Championship, which at the weekend, for example, St Johnstone had the win way back in Friday night, wasn't it? So, it's that one. I do know what you mean.
I would say I'll go for 4.
You think 4, okay? But who do you think would get more? Let's see, Charlie, how many do you think you're going to get? I'll tip you. How many do you think you'll get?
I'll get 15 here, I think, Donald.
Right. Barry, how many do you think you would get?
I am the same.
Right, okay. Barry's... So you can choose either Barry or Charlie.
I'm confident with 15.
I'm pretty confident as well.
I'll go Barry.
Barry.
On you go.
Right.
Okay.
So ready to go.
So, yeah, Barry gives us the names of 15.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you want to go higher? No? Anyone before we go?
No,
you're okay.
No.
Okay.
Charlie,
so right, Barry has to get the 15. All right. I mean, there are more than 15. I think there are 16.
I'll tell you what, right?
Uh-huh.
I'll give you option to come back to me for 10 for 250, or stay with Barry for 15 for your 500.
Okay.
What do you want, Donald?
I'll take Gary now.
Right. So
Charlie, you mean?
Charlie. Yep.
Charlie, sorry.
You want to take me?
Right.
So that's the rules, isn't it, Matt? That's right, Paul, isn't it?
Well,
if I go less...
if you go less...
I never thought he was going to take me there. No, panicking.
All right. So how many are you saying?
So I'll say I can name 10.
Right, 10, you get £250. But if you go with Barry with 5, you get 500. So you're going to stay with Barry, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So...
Get in, Donald. Good decision.
Right, ready to rock.
Here we go. Ready to go. You give me one at a time.
Here.
Let's go then. Confused you will be. Here we go. Dundee. Hold on while I just check. Correct. They won it twice.
Hearts.
The Hearts, top of the table, the Premiership. They won it twice. Correct. Yep.
Dundee United.
Dundee United, Charlie's former club. Correct. Twice during those 25 years. Yep. Partick Thistle, the Harry Rags, twice. Correct. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ross County,
Dingwall's finest. Yep, they are in there. Twice. Correct.
Rangers.
Correct.
Hibs.
Correct. That was the year before Rangers, wasn't it? So
Hamilton Accies.
The Hamilton Accies. Where are they now? The poor old Accies. Correct. Correct. I sound like Ryland there. Did you ever hear that one?
Inverness.
Cali Thistle. Correct.
Dunfermline.
Twice. Dunfermline Athletic. Charlie, you give me the year. Correct. Right, so how many are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 so far.
St Johnson.
St Johnson.
Did you get Dunfermline?
Yeah.
Yep. St Johnson. Correct. Yep. Wow, full house.
Gretna.
Gosh, well done.
Well, that's-
Correct.
I never had that
Yep.
one.
No, I was the same.
they're-
Pretty much. Yep. Okay.
St Mirren.
Donald, you're looking good here. St Mirren. Yes, twice.
Nice.
Right, hold-
Falkirk.
Falkirk, and it 3 times. Right, hold it, Barry. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
One more.
One more.
Hibernian.
You've said that already?
You sure?
Is he?
Yep. Because I said it was the year before Rangers.
Right. Well, so you have.
Whoever knows
Yep.
said in that list.
So
I've got Dundee.
we're nearly there. He's going to. Yep. Donald, you're one away from. He's one away from getting £500.
Kilmarnock.
Do you think?
Let's see.
I've got
Correct.
Kilmarnock or Livingston
Correct.
down here. Is that
You
right?
could take either. You're absolutely
There
right.
you go, Donald.
Wow, you've done
There
it.
you
Barry's
go.
done it.
Good
500.
choice, Donald.
Oh, thank you. Congrats and thanks very much, Barry.
When you take me for a pint, Donald.
Anywhere, anytime. Just Covichinzano.
Is that the Monty up there? Is that still there? Yeah. The Monty East Kilbride. Great place.
Yes, he's got okay.
Donald, it's some season, isn't it? What was your favourite kind of era as a Rangers fan? 40 years. My goodness.
Who was my favourite?
Yeah, your favourite time as a Rangers fan.
Oh, my favourite time.
Yeah.
Every time I walked through the gates, every Saturday, and I was a season ticket holder for many, many years, and I've been fortunate to meet so many. And during my time, I get quite friendly with the Romanian FA, Jordanescu, Lucescu, who were there, and Mr. Hadji. So I had a lot of involvement with football in the late 80s.
Wow, yeah. Hadji, of course, his son was here just last. You
right.
worked.
Yep.
You worked under you, Barry. What was he like? It seemed really likeable.
No, he was a brilliant
Yeah.
kid. Brilliant kid.
He was superb, and that was one of the disappointments when he left Rangers through that turmoil time.
That must have broken your heart when Rangers went down the divisions. And I'm mentioning that because you look there, championship winners, and it was Rangers. Hard to believe, Donald, that would ever happen. The days of, what was it, white, green, and all that mob.
Yeah, but that's football.
Yeah.
That's what football's all about.
Yeah. What are you thinking about Danny Röhl?
I'm very impressed for a man of his age. He talks with such maturity, sense, and to me, it's typical German. He's come through all the coaching colleges. Very, very fortunate to have him, and I think he'll grow stronger as each month and as each time passes.
Are you going to win the league then?
Well, my heart says that, but we've got 6-7 games. But I personally agree with Gary. I think Hearts will slip because they're saying they've got 2 home games. Falkirk put them out the cup at Tynecastle, and Aberdeen will want to revenge. So I think, I'd love Rangers to win, but don't discount Celtic.
Yeah.
Right, Donald, most important thing, what you got to do with your £500?
Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give it to my grandkids. Because I'm restricted in my mobility there, so I want to make sure that they're season ticket holders at Ibrox and the Broom Loan. So what I might do is take them for a meal.
Oh,
Nice.
Good stuff. Good stuff, Donald.
Fantastic.
And what I'll also do, I'll speak to James after. I might give some money for cash for kids, for Go Radio cash.
Yeah. We will.
Nice.
We do it with WH Malcolm, but I mean, I love Cash for Kids as well. I was involved in it for decades, most of my life. Donald, it's an absolute privilege to speak with you. Thank you for what you said about the programme. Thanks for helping us through the quiz there. But with Scottish Gas, there'll be £500 going for you and the grandchildren soon. Barry, isn't that? It's brilliant.
Yeah, I love. I love.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Donald just giving his money to his grandkids, who he thinks the world of, and a wee bit to charity. So fair play to him.
And Charlie thought he might have to. No, he didn't think. He said that he will take some Hearts fans for a drink in Gorgie Road if they win the title. But you didn't think it was going to happen. Listen, Derek McInnes, if he's listening, and he'll be saying, "I'll show you." Not just you, the west of Scotland.
I think I reckon Hearts will be using this.
Yeah.
The way we spoke about it last week. Alex Ferguson did with Aberdeen back in the day. Kind of sees mentality and talking about Glasgow not wanting Hearts to win it, and that's what he'll be kind of drumming up to help. Anything to help his team. But I don't think they'll do it either.
Donald, thank you so much. Hopefully speak to you again. Cheers, Donald. He's just gone. An absolute gentleman there, Barry.
Lovely guy. Lovely guy.
It'd be nice if you knew my name.
No, Gary Mulgrew.
Big Gary.
Big Charlie, yeah.
I'll go Gary then, he said.
I couldn't put him down as a Gary.
I know.
Big Gary Kenneth.
Big Gary Caldwell.
I actually played against he was up at the Masters.
Right. Big man.
Oh, big unit.
Big unit. He scored a few nice goals. A big man.
What about Stevie Clark? So he was on the telly yesterday for the coverage on Sky, and I see the SFA are saying they're going to speak to him about his contract.
I would like to know if he was watching anybody that was uncapped on that pitch. Harry Millen, maybe.
Oh.
I'd like to know that.
Right, good
I'd
shout.
like to ask that.
He's been good for us.
He has. He's a good player, but I just don't know whether. Obviously, there's Tierney and Robertson there, whether he would make up the squad.
Yeah.
But no, he has been good. Very good.
Do you think he will want another contract? I mean, obviously Thomas Tuchel was offered he's accepted an extension at England, and it does highlight then Scotland haven't offered an extension as far as we know to Steve Clark.
Sounds like he just wants to concentrate on the World Cup, and he's not. I don't think Steve Clark will be there past the World Cup. I think he's
his own choice.
He's done a great job. Yep, his own choice. He's done a great. I think. Listen, I'm guessing, but that's my opinion. He's done an amazing job with the tournaments and the job he's done with the players. And I think it's probably time that he'll be thinking that he gets back to club football potentially.
Barry, what do you feel?
Well, I think he's been a brilliant Scotland manager. 2 Euros, World Cup for the first time in 28 years. I think he'll want to go out in a high. But look, who knows in football? But since he's come in and took over, I think he's done a magnificent job. Come in for a bit of criticism at times, which for his style of play. But you know what? He knows how to win. He knows how to get to tournaments, and he's certainly shown that over the last 6 years he's been in charge.
News has come in the last few minutes that Robert Duvall, the legendary Hollywood actor, of course, star of The Godfather, and also A Shot to Glory, the one with Ali McCoy, has passed away. He's died at over 90 years old. He was phenomenal, and I've never seen that movie. I'm not quite sure if it made it, but remember years ago he was over here, and Ali was in it. Do you remember? It's before your time. Yeah, you'll know him. Yeah, you'll know him.
Oh, aye.
Barry, Robert Duvall.
A Shot.
Yeah.
Ever seen it?
Yeah.
No, I've seen The Godfather, obviously.
Of course, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You love it. Caroline, my daughter, loves The Godfather there. Charlie, you look as though you could be in The Godfather, maybe. No.
Nah, it's a great movie,
isn't it? Yeah.
Really
Robert
good.
Duvall, what a life, though. And I think he loved it when he came over here.
I remember I had the
90s,
mumps back when I was at Celtic away pre-season, one pre-season, and I walked down the stair and my jaws were out to here, and Chris Sutton was like, Charlie, you look like Marlon Brando.
Did he?
I remember going, who's Marlon Brando? And I googled it. My jaws were out here. What a film.
He was 95. Amazing. What a life. Yeah.
What an age.
Indeed. Sean Connery, did you come?
Never come across him, no.
Barry,
No.
did you?
Yeah, met him.
Yeah.
Met him.
That's right, because he was a Celtic fan then. He was David Murray got him at Rangers for a while.
He was in at Ibrox quite a few times. Come into the dressing room.
How was he?
He's listen, famous.
Big superstar, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was good pals with David Murray at that time.
Sure was, yeah. Not bad for a postman, or milkman he was, Charlie.
Was he?
From Edinburgh, yeah. Did brilliantly. So where's the title going to go?
You need to watch the Milkman, don't you?
Was it? So they say.
Keep your eye out for them.
You might have to be going to Edinburgh, actually. It's not milk you have to be buying, it's some beer for the Hearts fans. What's going to happen?
Are you still getting a bit online?
They're after me. They're not happy with me.
I think Dale's after you as well.
He'll not be happy with me either. But hey, listen, I need to give my opinion. That's
it. Listen, it's all about opinions.
Yep. More from Danny Röhl, and also looking forward to Celtic Stuttgart. That's coming up next.
The Go Radio Football Show with Burger King.
You see with toe there?
with Joe on go.
Oh, Joe.
During the traffic, they were just speaking about the breakfast show. Joe Maguire was on breakfast, so it's not
See,
in the
when you
podcast,
listen
so
to
you
Joe,
don't get that. Yeah,
and then you meet him,
uh-huh.
it's totally different, isn't it?
Is it?
'Cause his
I've known him
voice
for years.
His voice is unreal.
Top newsman, isn't he? Yeah.
I couldn't believe the height of Stephen Purdom when I met him.
Aye, yeah. So I'm not heightest at all, so let's move on from that one.
No, but you know that way you don't expect to see somebody. Sometimes they're bigger, and sometimes they're
What
weird.
did you think?
Yeah.
I thought he could have walked
brilliant,
under that
wasn't he?
table with a top hat on.
Listen, he listens at home. He'll be sitting listening with the family just
well,
now. I know.
I know.
He's coming after you as well.
He's on YouTube as well as, I think, YouTube.
He was slagging his cell in the Christmas do. He was on his toes for every picture.
He's in great form, wasn't he?
He was brilliant.
Really good.
laugh.
Seems a while ago.
Not a great singer, right enough, but
Need to get the summer night out, Barry, before we know it. Yeah.
know.
Just recovered from the one in 2022. I think it was that. Anyway, what about Stuttgart? Few people are on. Kieran has been saying, Charlie, what team would you play for the Stuttgart game? He heard what you said in the first hour.
Yeah.
You know, every game counts, but
I would make a few changes. I wouldn't change the full 11. I would make a few changes. I would get Callum McGregor a rest, mentally more than anything. He'll probably want to play in the game, but I would give him that rest. Make sure he's ready. I'd rest a few key players.
Sinisalo, would he come in for?
I'd give Tierney a bit of a rest. Yeah, potentially.
You like Sriracha?
Yeah, bring Sriracha in. I'd definitely make a few changes in key areas and enough to compete in the game and make a fist at it, but also with one eye on the league.
Barry, what about the likes of Luke McCann?
I think you will see some changes because I think you look at the bigger picture, Paul, the amount of games that are coming up and key players that he'll want to make sure they're 100%. There's another big game in Sunday for them, Hibs. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's 4 or 5 changes to the Celtic starting lineup.
And for next season, he heard your point about Bertolascu. He thinks that would be great, but could Celtic get him? Because he'll be on the radar, I would imagine, of clubs down south and maybe on the continent.
Yeah, but it depends what clubs come in from down south, because you think that why would you go down south when you've got Celtic right there? You know the league now. You've had a year in the league. You've got a team like Celtic who then can potentially be in Europe, playing the Champions League maybe. We are hopefully a recruitment department that's getting sorted and moving forward in the right direction. You'd imagine things like that need to be sorted after what's happening this year, and he can step in and what he's done with the budget at Motherwell, with a much bigger budget at Celtic, and bring players in and go and compete in Europe. And then if he wants to go down south, he can do it then after that when he's built his profile up. But I think he would be perfect for Celtic.
Stephen's on asking, what about Benji Nygren, Celtic's top scorer this season?
He's honestly, the goals he's scored has been amazing. Some of his general play, you're like, gives the ball away a bit slack, and then he just pops up and scores goals, and that's, you cannot take that away from him. You remember Thomas Muller played with Bayern Munich as first player, I think. Wasn't he technically amazing, or didn't he set the game alight with what he's done? But he worked hard and he got on the end of goal chances, and he got a midfielder almost can play as like a box striker, gets in that long throw, he just pops up and puts in the net. So listen, you can't take his goals away from him. He's been a huge player for Celtic this year.
Yeah, he's one of the players, he's got a knack of being in the right place at the right time inside the box. And listen, they're hard to find goal scoring midfielders. I agree with Charlie, he doesn't get involved in much, but listen, he gets involved in the right places, and that's inside the opposition box where he knows where the back of the net is. And they're hard to come by, goal scoring midfielders.
Sure are. And in a summer where it didn't go well, that's a recruitment that did go well, because they got him for what, 1.7 million or whatever.
Like
so
yeah, it was when you look at his goal return, it's been class. I don't know how many goals he's got, maybe 14 or something.
15, I think.
15 is it? Yep. I mean, that's some return, considering the type of season Celtic have had. So yeah, he's take his goals out, and Celtic would not be in the position they're in.
Barry, what were you thinking looking at the Rangers team yesterday? Some of the standouts for you? Who are the players? I know Skov Olsen did well, but you'd like to see more from him.
That's me just being greedy. I think that, listen, there's no doubt as a top player you don't play with Bologna and Bruges and Wolfsburg. I think Wolfsburg spent £12 million on him. He's certainly a difference maker in the final third. There's no doubt about that. I just like all 4 new signings. The left back, Romans, has really impressed me. And as I said to you, I always look at the central midfield area. Chukwani brings something totally different. He'll not just break up play, and he brings a physical presence. He's actually a good football player as well. And Nadiri up top looks if he'll bring something totally different. So yep, I think the transfer window for Rangers has been really good. And I said to you on Friday night, I thought all 4 new signings would have started the game, and that's what they've done.
Right.
And they bring the level up and the standards up.
Looks more than decent window for Rangers.
I said that before. Danny Röhl had to get his signings in and then get them fit and ready to go and get them on the pitch. Romans turns up with an injury, he's got to manage him. So he needs to get his players on the pitch, get them settled in as quick as he can. He'd done that on Sunday, and Rangers looked the best they've looked for a while. The chances he created coming back from being down. So he'll be excited with that. He's found a formation. Looks like he's found a formation that fits everybody into that. And all of a sudden, things are looking good for Rangers. So Danny Röhl is, you've got to say, he's done a more than decent job since he's come in.
What about Celtic then? Thursday night, Stuttgart. We won't see you because you'll be on the telly.
Yeah.
But what kind of result?
It's a tough game, Paul. Stuttgart are a good team. They've had good results this year.
Fourth in the Bundesliga,
yeah,
aren't they?
They won at the weekend. Celtic aren't exactly firing performance-wise. They know the priorities of the league, although they're going to step out there and compete because that's what you naturally do. Celtic fans will demand that as well. I think that it'll be a tough game. I'd imagine Celtic potentially get a draw and then get a defeat over in Germany.
I mean, psychologically, a draw wouldn't be bad at all. Barry, what are you thinking for Celtic? We'll see you Friday night. Wonder what we'll be saying about Celtic Stuttgart.
You just never know at home in Europe. Interesting to see what the crowd will be like. Will they turn up in their numbers? Stuttgart are clearly a very good team, but I wouldn't regard them as a top team. And as I said, I think there's going to be a few changes for Celtic because I think he'll have one eye on the game at the weekend against Hibs at home.
Game time. Oxlade-Chamberlain, of course, he can't play. What did you think of him, Barry? I mean, what a goal he scored.
Listen, there's no doubt that the guy's got so much quality. He's played at the highest level. He's won the biggest trophies there is. And what Celtic will try and do is get him up to speed because what he does is he brings quality to the team.
Yeah, he's one that needs to get up to speed. I think they need to be careful because it would be tempting just to get him flung in now, but he needs to build his way up, similar to what we've done to Kieran Tierney, and then he can have a huge impact definitely for the split. Somebody that plays midfield, can score goals, can attack, can provide that sort of spark in the final third, and him alongside Nygren with McGregor in that midfield can really be a powerful asset for the second half of the season.
Final word
second
from
half of the last third of the season. Sorry,
for sure. Martin O'Neill.
To a certain extent, now
this is about the late winner.
To a certain extent, now it's happening. It's happening too often. I don't think you can keep that going. In all honesty, but they do play to the end, and that's the lovely thing about them. They've got this spirit and determination imbued in them. So it's well done there.
That was after the win against Killie. Rangers on later, 4-2 win. And a hat-trick for Chermiti. Here's the manager, asked about the title race.
Look, on Wednesday, we spoke about our momentum is done. It's over. Now, 2 days later, we speak about again the momentum. It's all about the next. Consistency again and again and again. It's nice now that we have a title race with 3 teams. And we are in the middle of this race, and this feels good. But how many games we have? 11? 11 to go. Yeah, will be funny for you guys. You can enjoy, but we are ready.
A bit of German humour there, Barry. Did it land with you, or are you just like, let's go on with it?
No, but he says we're ready. That's what you want to hear from the manager. He sounds determined. I'm sure the players are as well. He's bang on what he says. They're right in the middle of a title race here. For where they've to where they've got to now, He's done a great job, and it's not just down to the manager, Paul, and the coaching staff. You've got to give the players credit as well.
Charlie, we'll not see you until after the coming weekend. So, do you expect Livy, Rangers to win there? And what about Celtic Hibs for the weekend?
Yeah, Livingston are running out of time, so I'm not saying they won't. They'll put up a fight, but I'd imagine Rangers will have enough to go and win that. Celtic Hibs. Celtic, I thought Kilmarnock and Livingston would be a lot more straightforward than they were. They obviously weren't, but they won both games. Hibs, I imagine Celtic will get a narrow win, but you're looking for a much better performance to take it over the line and make sure it's a bit more comfortable.
And Derek will be determined for Hearts to win at home to Falkirk.
Three of them will win at the weekend.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah.
Barry, thank you so much.
Cheers,
You'll be back
Paul.
on Friday, Charlie.
Cheers,
Enjoy the match on Thursday. You'll be back next Monday. And we will be here tomorrow night. Looking forward to the programme. Tell you more about that later. And you could win. I mean, that's £500 to Donald. Well done. Scottish Gas for that one. And score predictor. We didn't win on Friday, Barry, but he wasn't. He just got two of them. John was just two of them.
Well,
didn't quite
I
hit
heard
them
Charlie
up.
saying he fancied Dundee United at the weekend.
He
didn't
did.
he?
You
I
called
just
that one?
think Falkirk. I mean, again, they've had a real good season.
Yeah.
That was probably the surprising one.
Connor Allen didn't play
Yeah.
for Falkirk. I think he must be injured. He's a big miss for them. I think since he's come into the team, the defence looks a bit more solid.
We're out of time. More tomorrow night. We'll be back at 5 tomorrow.